Hello guys! In our The Correct Sentence Challenge series in Nikootalk, we will be teaching you how to use difficult and challenging English words and grammatical structures correctly. There are so many words and grammatical structures in English that not only many learners, but also some teachers have difficulty using. So you need to stay focused. This is how we're going to do it. We will give you a number of sentences in all of which we have used that word or that grammatical structure. Some of these sentences are right and some of them are wrong. You have a few seconds to read them carefully and decide which of them is correct and which of them is incorrect. Sometimes more than one sentence is correct. And after that, we will show you the answer, and if any explanation is needed, we will give you that explanation. At the end of the video, please make sure you leave us your comments and tell us what you think of this video. Also, subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Are you ready to go? Then let's go. Okay guys, as you can see, number one is right because there is an ing form of the verb or a gerund after prefer. Number two also is right because we have an infinitive after prefer. There is no difference in meaning between one and two. They both refer to general situations, what we always prefer. Of course, some grammarians believe that number two can also be used to talk about one situation, a specific occasion in the future, but it is not very common, so most of the time both the gerund and the infinitive after prefer refer to a general situation. Number four also is correct because you are free to use a noun after prefer. But number three is wrong because you can't use an infinitive without to after prefer. We call it the bare infinitive. No, you can't use the bare infinitive after prefer. Now let's move to the next page. When we want to say what we prefer and what we don't prefer in the same sentence, we can use to or over between the two options. That's why numbers 1 and 2 are correct. But number 3, than, no, that's not right. And this is the wrong sentence. Now let's move to the next one. In the previous part, we had two nouns after prefer, but here we have two verbs after prefer in each sentence. Rather than in number 1 is correct, also in number 4, but can you see the difference between 1 and 4? Yes, in number 1, before rather than we have infinitive with to, and after that we have infinitive without to. But in number 4, in both parts we have the infinitive with to read, to watch. They are both correct. Also, number 2, you can use the word to between the two gerunds, the two ing forms. But number 3 is wrong because there are too many tos in this sentence. And when you read it to yourself, it doesn't sound natural. It doesn't sound pleasant. Bobby prefers to read to watch. This is unacceptable English. Okay, guys, let's move to the next one. Okay, guys, as you can see here, we are focusing on would rather. There is only one way you can use a verb after would rather, and that is the bare infinitive. He'd rather read. He'd rather go. And what is the negative form? He'd rather not read. He'd rather not go. You just add not, nothing else, before the verb. And the rest of them are wrong. Easy, wasn't it? Now let's move to the next one. Here again we have would rather, but this time we are comparing two activities with each other. We're mentioning two activities. And there's only one way you can divide these two verbs, and that is with the word than. Bobby would rather read than watch TV. And the rest of the sentences are all wrong. So remember, you would rather do something than do another thing. This is the rule. Okay guys, in the previous parts, we were focused on would rather with only one verb or two verbs after that. And that is when the person who does that action is the same as the subject. When you say I'd rather go, it means I go. When you say she'd rather go, it means she goes. But here we want to make sentences, complete sentences after would rather, and say what I want another person to do. You might find it interesting or surprising here, but yes, if you want to talk about the present or the future, you must use the past tense, the past simple tense after would rather in your sentence after would rather. So the only right answer is I'd rather we left now. Left, the past simple. Remember, it looks as though the sentence referred to the past, but it doesn't. It refers to the future. It refers to the present. That's why number 2 is the only right answer. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video. There will be more and more such videos in Nikootalk with different words and different structures, and you will be challenged more and you will learn more. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please share it with your friends and anybody who might find it interesting. And thank you for your likes and comments. Take care everyone. I love you all. See you.